bit of campaigns, even close to voting. Those are insane crimes. Why do we go this route in Nigeria? You know, to say that all the time is this, you know, feeling of persecution because somebody is a candidate. It does not confer immunity on him. It does not confer immunity on him. Look, any Nigerian listening to that tape, any Nigerian seeing these facts should be genuinely angry himself inside. We should be boiling as Nigerians to say, how do you do this at the highest level to us? The president and the vice president colluding to form companies, to steal money from the public treasury, to run their private businesses. And it was that time they established Bell University and American University. So we know where those funds came from now. We know where those funds came from. So whether Atiku Abubakar wins or not, of course I know he's not going to win, but whether he wins or not, I'm prepared to face persecution under his government for doing this. I'm prepared to go to jail, I'm prepared to go to prison, I'm prepared to be charged, I'm prepared to be persecuted, even if he wins as president.
Everything you listen to, guys, it's just like, is it a case of kettle calling pot black? These guys are just the same. They are a bunch of criminals. I really do not want to dwell on what he has said. I'm going to let you watch the video in full. I'm just going to release it to you, but I mean, it's all bull battle and short trash. We all know that this is election time where, you know, presidential candidate of one party is going to have to demarcate the other presidential candidate in order to kind of get votes. And if you want to go to court, you go to court, man. No one cares about that. All I just want Nigerians to have at the back of their mind is that these people are fighting themselves because God is vindicating Nigerians, because these people have suffered Nigerians. And we don't care about what they have done in the past. Some of us do know, some of us don't know about what these evil guys have done in the past. You know, we don't want to care about that. All we want now is a new Nigerian. It's a new Nigeria. And I want people to go and grab their PVCs and vote Peter Obi in this time around, guys. I'm going to release the video for you to watch. Help us to share it, like it, leave your opinion in the comment section below. Let people know what you feel about the video. And you can share it, send it around, and continue to watch all that is Bulbadesh. If you want to go to court, why don't you come out before now to go to court? Why is it that it's election time? This now, the election is next month, the 25th, that you want to go to court. Why didn't you go to court all this while, since you have known what Atiku did? You're just talking about all of these things, man. It's all about politics and games, guys. I'll see you later.
Elect a man who has a very dubious, you know, past. But let me explain.
Based on your, when you say when you say someone has a dubious past,
yes,
you need to be able to give evidence of that. So it has not been confirmed by any court of law that he has a dubious past.
So let me explain for you.
No, I'm trying to say so that you're not being libelous on the program tonight.
There have been Senate confirmations here and there that indicted him, but we'll come to that.
But I mean,
both here
no
and
court
the US,
of law has not indicted him.
Well,
so, senior advocate, would you like to withdraw that?
Well, I will not withdraw it because I can.
Why would you not?
I'll defend it anywhere. I want him to sue me for defamation. I'll defend it anywhere.
But
I have records.
This platform is also going to be joined. You're a lawyer, so you understand.
I will indemnify you.
No,
I said this on there.
Because you've said it.
I will indemnify you.
It doesn't work like that.
Now, let me explain.
So because I like it, because you need to be able to defend what you've said about that dubious.
That's what I want to present.
Please go ahead.
Yes. Now let us start this conversation by looking at the credibility of the source, the authenticity and credibility of the source of the information. Any good journalist or even investigator, that's how you start. When you get a whistleblower's information, the first thing you do is to profile that person and say, is this credible? This source, is it credible or authentic? And how do you do that? Now, we have seen photographs of this man, of this informer, this whistleblower, with Atiku Abubakar all over the world. If you have those pictures, you can show Nigerians for them to see. I have them here. But you can go to the internet and go to his Twitter page. All his pictures are there, all over the world. You have seen emails, private emails, which we have authenticated between Atiku Abubakar and himself. Very private emails that they exchanged over the years. We have confirmed that. We have seen letters of appointment, which of course, one of, this spokesperson, the Garula spokesperson, came to say yesterday, and they was denying it openly. Look, the letters of appointment were signed by Raymond Dokbesi. Another one was signed by the son, Mohammed Atiku Abubakar, the son of Abubakar. And of course, the other one was signed by Benga Daniels when he was still with Atiku Abubakar as his campaign manager in 2018. Now, we want these individuals to come out and deny these letters. We want these individuals to come out and write a petition that their signatures were forged. So we have a credible source, first of all, to, follow up on the whistleblower's whistle. We have also seen not only letters of appointment, we have seen, like I said, we have seen emails, we have seen photographs, and we have also seen the affidavit he's sworn to, authenticating the facts that he has put out. Now, so that is the first part of this conversation, the authenticity of the source. We can then, confirm it. The second one, really, is to confirm the corroborating evidence around the information contained in that video clip or that audio clip. In other words, the question you should be asking yourself is that the information that was contained in that audio clip, do you have other corroborating evidence that confirms that such, transactions took place? Now you know that Joshua Dariye was convicted on this same issue. So that is a public issue I'm talking about now. So, I'm not making things up. One of the counts upon which Joshua Dariye was convicted upon was that there was 100 million naira he took from the Plateau State account and paid to this same Marine Float account. And in his confessional statement to the EFCC, at that time, before they, charged him to court, I prosecuted for the EFCC, I've been a prosecutor all these years. He said that this money was the money he gave to Atiku Abubakar. And you can hear in the tape that Atiku Abubakar said, well, what I did was, he was boasting that they couldn't trace it to me. He paid it into Marine Float. And that was the account. That's why I said we need to play that tape from the beginning, where Atiku Abubakar said, look, when they came into office, the first thing they decided that he approached Obasanjo, then his boss, and said, how do we get money out of the system? And then he said, give me 3 names. He told Obasanjo, give me 3 names. Those 3 names, I'll use them to form a company. And that is a company by which we are going to house slush funds. What were they going to do with these 3 companies? One of these companies was Marine Float. That contracts coming out of government departments and agencies. Imagine a situation where a president and vice president was all over the place looking for contracts from government agencies, and that they will now use these companies as consultants to warehouse these slush funds. Once they get contracts, they will now, these companies will now pose as consultants, and they will get monies out, pay them into this company, and those are the slush funds that they were using to run both the PDP, their private businesses, and of course, their family businesses. That, of course, is what Atiku Abubakar said in that tape. Now, the second corroborating evidence is that this Marine Float is not coming to public consciousness for the first time. You are an ex-journalist, I know that, and so you covered these things over the years. Ask any old journalist in this country. The Marine Float account was a controversial account between 1999 and 2007 when they left office. In 2006, and I want you to Google it and fact-check it, PDP, in the height of the quarrel of, Obasanjo and Atiku when they were in office, PDP asked Atiku Abubakar to officially they asked him to refund 500 million naira he took from the Marine Float account. It was a PDP, statement that they issued at that time. They were asking him, Atiku Abubakar, return 500 million naira you took from the Marine Float account. So these are corroborating evidence to show that even the content of that voice note was authentic. It was not. So
let's take it one after the other. Okay. So now, 2 things here, which Senator Dino Melaye is speaking for the APC and
for the PDP.
And for the PDP.
Yes.
And also we heard Frank Shaibu on Sunday on this same matter also say, look, this man does not, in an official capacity, work for Atiku Abubakar. Is that enough for you as a party to take home? Because if you are going to court, on what capacity and in what reference are you going to tie Atiku Abubakar and Mike Achimogo?
Now, I'm sure you have seen these letters of appointment. And in this letter of appointment, even the email by Tumbak Benga Daniel that they sent to him in 2018, you can see the very personal relationship there. In that email, Otumbak Benga Daniel told him that, look, His Excellency told me to ask you to choose any role you want to play within the campaign. That is how close they were.
This was in 2018.
Look at it. He said, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar asked me to convey to you His decision for me to choose any role you like to play within my campaign.
It
shows that there was a prince. There was no. We have authenticated these emails.
Yeah, okay.
We have.
So
we have done that already.
So Mr. Dino Melaye said, look, these are people around Atiku Abubakar. You have not been able to link Atiku Abubakar himself to all of this.
So you mean that, you know, after this email, there were private emails exchanged between him and Michael Achumugu, very private emails about the SPV we are talking about now. That voice note. There were emails preceding the phone call. Where were these emails? Very private emails. That shows the kind of amity, the kind of closeness.
But those private emails have not surfaced.
I have seen them. I have authenticated them. But they have surfaced. Look at them. Hold on. Can I flow?
Oh, just a moment. I'd like to ask you a question. Did you sponsor Mike?
If you ask me that means you ask me whether I sponsored the G5, for example. These are internal contradictions. This is a man who cannot hold together your household, your party, your aides around you. How do you want to rule Nigeria?
So now,
how do you? No, let me flow. I need to flow.
No, I need
to flow.
Senior Advocate, this is a program which we are trying to give information to Nigerians, and we need to break it down so that we are not going off the issues. Now, the first issue is there's an allegation by the PDP that this is a sponsored endeavor by Mike, by the APC. Now, are there alliances by your party with Mike Achumugu?
We have none. So how do you expect for them? What do you expect them to say? I mean, somebody comes on air with all these myriads of evidence. They have no modicum of shame. These are the type of people who are asking for Nigerians to vote for them. No modicum of shame at all. No iota of shame.
This is response of the PDP, and they're saying, having been suffocated in the campaign space and looking for a shortcut to a far-fetched and improbable electoral success, the media gang of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, in pitiable agony, struggle to clutch to a straw by placing their hope in an empty vessel who is capitalizing on the desperation of the Tinubu and his dreamers to sell fairy tales for a fortune.
Well, we will know whether there's fairy tale when we get to court. In the case when they challenged my principal, when they brought up dead documents from the US, remember it was on this program, I said, go to court. Come out with your full chest, can go to court. Up till today, they ran away. I am going to court, Shehu. And so, if they wish this thing away, it will not go away.
On what basis?
I will continue to ask. There were three.
On what basis are you going to court?
You see, I do this under three capacities.
Okay.
First of all, I am a member of the INABA who have sworn to defend and uphold our laws. First of all. Secondly, I'm an ordinary concerned Nigerian who has a right to bring perpetrators of crime to book. And that's the case of Fire against Akilo. That the Supreme Court established that principle. And thirdly, even before I was appointed minister, I was an active prosecutor for the EFC for more than 15 years. And so I have a duty to help them to also follow up on whistleblowers. So I have that duty to
you send the petition. You send petition.
Yeah, I've sent the petition already.
And there are receipts to that petition.
Oh yes, there are receipts. I can show them on air. There are receipts to that petition by 3 law enforcement agencies: the Code of Conduct Bureau, the Independent Corrupt and ICPC, and of course the EFCC. They all have roles to play in this. Because offenses presumably have been committed against the Money Laundering Act, the Code of Conduct Act, and of course the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act. And I can cite all the sections that they have breached, that Atiku Abubakar have breached in all of these laws. And so like I told you before, to show the authenticity of anybody's claim, tell the person to go to court.
Let me ask you.
I am proceeding to court. And look, if Asiwaju says, Festus, you are diverting for my campaign, don't campaign for me again, I'll say, please take your campaign. Because this is national interest.
So you have taken it personal?
I've taken it personal. It's national interest at this time.
So let me ask you. So should you go to court, and this is what is sometimes the Supreme Court, you are very familiar with that terrain, is sometimes how the Supreme Court sees some of these issues.
In the last 30 years, I have taken so many of these cases to court.
Yeah, the point I'm making is this: you take this case to court, and it does look like you wanted an opposition out of the way. Perhaps you were too afraid that you might be defeated by that opposition. And that is the reason why you want to do that. Are you thinking maybe you could wait until after this election before you take this up?
Let me explain to you. In the heat of the campaigns for the US presidency in 2016, in the middle of the campaigns, few weeks to voting, the FBI opened up investigation into the Hillary email saga, where it was alleged that as Secretary of State, she was using a private emails to transact public, businesses. And of course, in the US, that's a serious offense. And the FBI did not care whether she was a candidate of the Democratic Party. They didn't care. An offense had been committed, an issue was before them, they opened up investigation. And they referred that file to the Justice Department for prosecution. In the heat of campaigns, even close to voting, those are insane crimes. Why do we go this route in Nigeria? To say that all the time is this, feeling of persecution because somebody is a candidate. It does not confer immunity on him. It does not confer immunity on him. Look, any Nigerian listening to that tape, any Nigerian seeing these facts should be genuinely angry himself inside. We should be boiling as Nigerians to say, how do you do this at the highest level to us? The president and the vice president colluding to form companies, to steal money from the public treasury, to run their private businesses. And it was that time they established Bell University and American University. So we know where those funds came from now. We know where those funds came from. So whether Atiku Abubakar wins or not, of course I know he's not going to win, but whether he wins or not, I'm prepared to face persecution under his government for doing this. I'm prepared to go to jail, I'm prepared to go to prison, I'm prepared to be charged, I'm prepared to be persecuted, even if he wins as president.